Why do great companies fail? Why do industry leaders, who seem to be doing everything right, get overtaken by disruptive startups? If you think success in business is just about working harder or having better resources, think again. Today, we're diving deep into The Innovator's Dilemma by Clayton Christensen, a game-changing book that reveals why innovation can actually destroy market leaders, and how the smartest companies avoid this trap. By the end of this video, you'll understand how disruption works, why it's so dangerous, and how you can use these insights to stay ahead of the game. Let's get started. Clayton Christensen presents a paradox. Successful companies fail because they succeed too well at doing what they do best. Sounds strange, right? But here's the problem. Big companies focus on sustaining innovations, making their existing products better for their most profitable customers. Meanwhile, small, agile startups introduce disruptive innovations, cheaper, simpler, and more accessible alternatives that big companies ignore until it's too late. Christensen identifies two types of innovation, and understanding them is key to predicting disruption. Sustaining innovation, improving existing products for existing customers. Think about how Intel keeps making faster chips or how Toyota keeps refining their best-selling cars. On the other hand, disruptive innovation, creating something radically different that starts small but eventually takes over. Think about how digital cameras disrupted film or how Airbnb changed the hotel industry. The key takeaway? Big companies excel at sustaining innovation, but they fail at disruptive innovation. Why? Because disruptive technologies often start out looking like bad ideas. If disruptive innovation is so powerful, why don't big companies just embrace it? Here's the problem. Large, successful companies prioritize their best customers. They listen to them, improve their products for them, and ignore low-end markets that seem unprofitable. But guess what? That's where disruption starts. Netflix didn't start by competing with Hollywood blockbusters. It started with DVD rentals. Personal computers weren't originally powerful enough for businesses, so IBM ignored them until they became unstoppable. The same thing happened with electric cars, online education, and even smartphones. So if you're leading a company or even just thinking about your own career, how do you avoid being disrupted? Christensen lays out a few key strategies. Create a separate team for disruptive innovation. Don't try to force disruptive ideas into your existing business model. Set up a small, independent team that can operate without the pressure of immediate profits. Don't only listen to your best customers. Pay attention to emerging markets, even if they seem small and unprofitable at first. Be willing to cannibalize your own products. It's better to disrupt yourself than to be disrupted by someone else. Think about how Apple introduced the iPad even though it could have hurt MacBook sales. Act before it's too late. Most companies react after disruption is obvious. The winners anticipate change and move early. So, what are the biggest lessons from the innovator's dilemma? Let's break it down. Big companies fail because they succeed too well at what they do best. Disruptive innovation starts small but eventually takes over entire industries. Listening only to your best customers can blind you to future threats. The best way to survive? Embrace disruption before it happens to you. This book isn't just about business. It's about thinking differently. Whether you're a startup founder, an executive, or just someone who wants to stay ahead of the curve, the lessons from The Innovator's Dilemma can change the way you see the world. So now, the big question. Are you going to wait for disruption to happen to you, or are you going to create the future? Drop a comment below and let's talk about it. If this video opened your eyes, hit that like button, subscribe for more, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Until next time, stay innovative, stay bold, and don't be afraid to disrupt.